Have you ever been so sure that someone was the one only to realize it wasn't meant to be? Welcome to our channel where we believe in the power of learning. We want to thank you all for joining us on this incredible journey. Today, let's explore the intricacies of love, loss, and personal growth together. Chapter 1: The Unexpected End. The wind carried the scent of fallen leaves as Sara walked home, the vibrant hues of autumn painting the world around her. A successful young woman in her mid-20s, Sara was a rising star in the field of digital marketing, working as a specialist at a dynamic startup. Her life was filled with promise, her career was on an upward trajectory, and her social life was brimming with warmth and friendship. But like ripples on a still pond, a single message would soon disrupt the tranquility of her existence. It was an unexpected direct message on LinkedIn from someone she barely knew, Rami. Their initial exchanges were casual, polite nods in the vast sea of professional networking. Yet fate, it seemed, had other plans. Those casual messages evolved into late-night conversations, each message carrying a hint of something more. Soon, these virtual exchanges spilled over into the real world. Coffee shop meetings turned into shared meals, and laughter echoed in places once filled only with the hum of productivity. For Sara, this unexpected connection felt like a breath of fresh air, a melody that resonated with the unspoken longings of her heart. She found herself drawn to Rami's enigmatic charm, his intelligence and ambition complementing her own in ways she had never imagined. They explored art galleries, strolled hand in hand through bustling city streets, and whispered dreams under a canopy of stars. To Sara, it felt as if she had known him forever, their connection so profound that she began to believe he was the missing piece of her life, the right person at the right time. Little did she know that some connections, though seemingly destined, are merely transient, appearing to guide us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves rather than to be a permanent fixture in our lives. As the weeks turned into months, Rami's words became promises, vows of eternal love whispered in the soft glow of candlelight. He painted a future for them both, a picture of unwavering commitment and shared dreams. Sara, head over heels in love, found herself swept away in this intoxicating whirlwind of romance. She saw a lifetime of happiness with Rami, a love story that seemed destined to defy the odds. However, as the old adage goes, if it's meant to be, it will be. And sometimes what seems fated is merely a detour on the path to discovering a greater truth. Chapter 2: The Dark Spot. Autumn had deepened its grip on the city, the air carrying a crispness that signaled the season's embrace. Yet for Sara, the chill in the air was nothing compared to the coldness that had seeped into her heart. Rami, the man who had promised her forever, had vanished into thin air, leaving behind only a hollow echo of their shared past. On a fateful cold evening, Rami had delivered the news, not in person, not with the sensitivity the depth of their relationship demanded, but through a curt message on her phone. "I feel like my life is heading in a different direction," he had written, "and you deserve someone better." The finality of those words still rang in Sara's ears, amplifying the hollowness within her. The abruptness of the breakup was like a punch to the gut, leaving her breathless and reeling from the shock. There was no warning, no indication that the man who had professed eternal love could so casually cast it aside. The worst part, there was no explanation, no closure. Just the ghost of his words haunting her waking moments. Sara found herself trapped in a labyrinth of despair, the walls closing in, suffocating her with unanswered questions. The vibrant colors of her life seemed to have faded to a dull gray, mirroring the bleak landscape of her heart. She had poured her whole being into the relationship, investing her time, emotions, and trust, only to be left shattered by its sudden collapse. But amidst the ruins of her broken heart, the realization dawned. This was not the end. It was merely the beginning of a journey she never anticipated. Chapter 3: The First Step. Days turned into weeks, yet Sara's world remained shrouded in the fog of despair. Her flat, once a sanctuary of love and laughter, now echoed with the ghosts of memories. Her phone lay untouched, its silence deafening. But amidst the wreckage of her broken heart, a tiny ember of determination refused to be extinguished. It was a simple resolve to understand, to confront the abyss of her pain. This resolve manifested in the most unexpected way: a small notebook. On a day when even rising from bed seemed like an insurmountable task, Sara found herself drawn to a blank page. With trembling hands, she began to write, pouring out the turmoil that raged within her, the confusion, the heartache, the anger. Writing became her therapy, her lifeline to sanity. Each word a step out of the darkness, each sentence a victory over the consuming void. At first, the entries were a torrent of raw emotion, a cathartic release of pent-up feelings. But as the pages filled, a shift occurred. The angry outbursts gave way to introspection, the pain to understanding. It was a gradual process, akin to piecing together a shattered mirror, confronting the fractured fragments until a clearer image emerged. Alongside journaling, Sara started taking small steps into the light. She forced herself to leave the house, initially for short walks in the park. These outings, while daunting, became a ritual, a testament to her will to live again. The world outside, initially blurred and indistinct, slowly came back into focus, its beauty seeping into the cracks of her broken spirit. Sara was determined to rebuild, to find her way back to the vibrant, motivated woman she once was. But the road to healing is often fraught with setbacks. There will be days when the darkness seems overwhelming, when the weight of the past threatens to drag her back into its suffocating depths. Yet with each new dawn, she rises, armed with the solace of her journal and the promise of a new day. For her, the journey to healing isn't about forgetting Rami or condoning his actions. It's about reclaiming herself, about proving to herself that she can survive, she can heal, and she can love again. Chapter 4. Coming Back Stronger. The seasons shifted, the winter chill slowly giving way to the promise of spring. Nature's cycle of renewal mirrored the transformation taking place within Sara. The raw pain of heartbreak had mellowed into a deep, quiet ache, a constant companion that followed her but no longer consumed her. Her daily routine, once a mundane checklist of tasks, had become a canvas for small victories. Mornings began with a sunrise walk, her journal tucked under her arm. In its pages, she recorded not just her thoughts, but her progress, her resilience. The act of putting pen to paper had become a form of self-discovery, helping her untangle the complex web of emotions that had been her undoing. Sara was no longer the woman who had withered away in the shadows. She was stronger, wiser, her spirit tempered by the fires of adversity. One day, an opportunity arose, a job interview for a position that challenged her skills and ignited her ambition. As she prepared, a wave of confidence surged through her. It wasn't the carefree assurance of her past, but something more profound, born out of the ashes of her failures. During the interview, when asked about her greatest challenge, Sara's eyes glistened with quiet strength. "Rebuilding myself after thinking I had lost who I was," she replied softly, yet with conviction. Her journey was far from over. The scars of the past still resided within her, but they no longer defined her. She had rewritten her story, turning the pages of her life with newfound purpose and grace. The end. The falling leaves whispered tales of resilience as Sara walked through the city, her steps echoing the strength she had discovered within. The failed relationship with Rami had been a detour, a harsh lesson in love and life, but it hadn't broken her. It had reshaped her. The quiet pain of heartbreak had led her on an introspective journey, forcing her to confront her deepest fears and insecurities. Through it all, she had emerged not unscathed, but unyielding. She no longer waited for a hero to rescue her. She was her own hero. The thought echoed within her, a mantra against the uncertainties of life. You are not what happened to you. You are who you choose to become after it. The pages of her journal, filled with raw emotions and introspective musings, became a testament to her strength. They were the chronicles of a soul peeling back its layers, revealing the intricate beauty of human resilience. As the sun set, casting long shadows across the horizon, Sara knew that life would continue its unpredictable dance. New challenges awaited, new opportunities beckoned. But she was ready. The storm had passed, and in its wake had left a sky more brilliant, a spirit more indomitable. She had learned that motivation wasn't just a fleeting feeling. It was a series of small steps taken while you're crying, continued when you're unsure, and completed even when a part of you still hurts. It was a compass guiding her through life's turbulent seas, ensuring she never lost sight of who she truly was. A masterpiece in progress, beautifully flawed and wonderfully human. We hope you enjoyed this journey with us. If you've resonated with Sara's story, share your experiences in the comments below. Your stories matter. Don't forget to subscribe for more enlightening tales. And until next time, remember you are the author of your own story. Keep writing.